Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Banter in the Box. In a week where Rayleigh Rovers manager Simon Hoxby celebrated his 50th birthday, we enjoyed lots of great football in what was a double game week in the Premier League, which meant an opportunity for some big points to be scored. And we've reached D-Day in the FFFL Cup. This weekend sees the match day 5, the final round of fixtures in the group stage of the FFFL Cup. And after this weekend, we will know who the 4 quarter finalists are, the 4 group winners, and which 8 teams are going into the playoff round to earn the right to reach that quarter final stage. 3 managers went into the transfer market in game week 17, making 4 transfers. 1 manager spent £15 million in tactical gambits. Not only did they buy a wildcard tactical gambit, which allowed them to make multiple transfers in a single week at no points cost, and they made 2. Both of the transfers they did make, they spent £5 million on each on Oi's Mine tactical gambits, which allowed them, both of those players belong to another family fantasy football league side, but it allowed them to bring them in by buying those Oi's Mine tactical gambits. In this edition of Banter in the Box, we've got your game week 17 winners and losers. 4 winners, all picking up a manager of the season point. 3 losers, all losing a manager of the season point. Our normal player review, the FFFL Cup preview of this weekend's games, and a manager of the season update. It was worth 7 points plus a bonus point if you could get the body part. Did anyone get it right? So your game week 17 winners take a bow. Ostrich Bar Stewards manager Steve Maloney climbed off the foot of the table and up to 19th. He hasn't been as high as 19th since game week 13. Take a bow also, Benny United manager Mark Benwell, a game week winner for the 2nd week running. He climbed 1 place up to 8th, and that's the highest he's been since game week 11. Take a bow, defending champion Greece Lightning climbed 1 place to 4th. That's the highest he's been all season. But your biggest game week 17 winner, take a bow, yours truly, a 5th weekly win, the most anyone's had. 82 points in game week 17, and that allowed me to climb 2 places, joint highest climber, up to 6th in the table. 1 manager of the season point for those 4. Your game week 17 losers, hang your head in shame for a 2nd week running. Clockhouse Rangers manager George Moody dropped back to the foot of the table since the first time since game week 11. Hang your head in shame as well, Dimmy's Dynamos manager Megan Hoxby. Been a good season for Megan, but this week she dropped 1 place down to 5th. She's not been as low as 5th since game week 9. But the biggest game week 17 loser, oh dear, another manager who's, by their own standards, is having a good season, but Edie's 11 manager Ryan Perrin was the biggest fallers in game week 17, plummeting 3 places down to 10th. Lowest scorers with just 13 points. And Ryan hasn't been as low as 10th since game week 5. Each of those 3 losing a manager of the season point. Player review, top goalkeepers, here they are. It was a high scoring week. Pickford of Everton was the highest scoring goalkeeper, 2 clean sheets, 14 points. Good week for Vicario of Spurs, 13 points. Good weeks also for Donnarumma and Kelleher of Brentford, and Royce of Sunderland, another 10 points for him. Still available for transfer. £11 million is expensive for a goalkeeper, but he continues to rack up the points. Martinez is also in the top 10 now. After scoring 3 points this week. No one's got him yet either, and £8 million is a bit more reasonable. High scoring defenders, great weeks for Van der Ven of Tottenham, 12 points, moves him 4th in the list of defenders. Good week as well for Nunes of Man City, along with Diaz and O'Reilly. These Man City defenders have been creeping up the table, and Diaz and Nunes are both still available for selection at £10 million each. Munoz is also still available for selection, more expensive, £15 million, and he is currently out. But when he's back, Palace in the Europa Conference League and not doing bad in the league as well. Muniz for a long time was the highest scoring defender in the competition. So there are still options if you're looking for a defender. Top midfielders. Phil Foden still stands out in top. It's been a good week for Guimaraes of Newcastle. Only one manager's got him with 10 points. And Semenyo of Bournemouth, soon to move to Man City if you believe the rumours. He had 10 points this week, which was good. Fernandes of Chelsea, another good week with 9 points. But these Man City players are on the climb. Rinders is now up to the 8th highest scoring midfielder in the competition and is still available for selection. Admittedly, £18 million is expensive, but he's racking up the points. And your highest scoring strikers, well, Haaland is still way out in front. Ollie Watkins had a good week, 12 points. He's still available for transfer. Good week for Mateta. 9 points for him. Only one manager has plumped for him so far. And Jimenez of Fulham got 9 points as well. He's still available for selection. And £18 million, not too bad for a striker. So emerging options. Options emerging, I should say, in the striker category. Now, FFFL Cup preview. This is how Group 1 looks. 4 teams locked on 6 points. No happy endings already eliminated with a game to spare. The Creed Bratton Society can do no more. They've played their 4 matches and currently they're below the qualification line. But as you can see, the goal difference is very close. Masters of None -2, the Creed Bratton Society -3. No happy endings. A dead rubber for them are going up against Edie's 11, who have had an alarming drop in form heading into this cup game. I think No Happy Endings might win this one. And Masters of None going up against Chairman's Choice. It's an easy win for me, as I will secure top spot in Group 1 and go straight into the quarterfinals. If it goes that way, Edie's 11's defeat, as long as they don't lose too heavily, we'll still see them in the qualification places. And I don't think they'll lose heavily enough against No Happy Endings. And if Masters of None do lose, even by 1 point to me, then they will fall below the Creed Bratton Society, who will get that last qualification spot for the knockout phase. But it is very close. Masters of None, if I suffer a really heavy defeat to Masters of None, there is a world where Masters of None still win the group. And if Masters of None and Chairman's Choice draw and Edie's 11 win, then they can win the group. So it is wide open. But I'm predicting No Happy Endings to beat Edie's 11, Chairman's Choice to beat Masters of None. And that will mean, if it goes that way, I'll go through as group winner. And Edie's 11 and the Creed Bratton Society will go into the knockout round. Group 2 is very close as well. We've got I've Got a Life and Benny United playing off against one another, hoping to grab a playoff place. Error 404 are currently sitting just above the line, but they can do no more. They've played all of their games. Any win for Benny United will take them above Error 404. I've Got a Life will need a huge win against Benny United to leapfrog Error 404. What they currently, they're -31, Error 404 and -10. So I've Got a Life would need to win their game against Benny United by 22 points to overtake Error 404. In terms of the battle to win the group, Grease Lightning go up against Anders FC. Whichever one of them wins the group and goes straight through to the quarterfinals. A draw will see Grease Lightning go straight through to the quarterfinals. Here are my predictions here. I think Benny United are going to beat I've Got a Life, sorry Mops, to take that final playoff spot. And I think Grease Lightning will beat Anders FC to top the group and go into the quarterfinals. And then it will come down to, if it goes that way, how many Anders FC lose by. A heavy loss, and they could slip below error 404 and out of the cup. But if they only lose narrowly, they will still get through via, into the playoff places. Group 3 looks like this. Gobi Desert Canoe Club Cup specialists going up against the Musketeers, both currently sitting in those playoff places, but Ostrich Bar Stewards are waiting to pounce. The Willow Tree winners are out. They played all their games, no points. Ostrich Bar Stewards go up against Legends 23, who need a point to top the group. My prediction is the Musketeers to narrowly beat Gobi Desert Canoe Club, and Ostrich Bar Stewards to narrowly beat Legends 23 in a bit of a shock. That's my prediction. If it goes that way, the Musketeer, it will come down to, again, the points differential. I can see Ostrich Bar Stewards overtaking Gobi Desert Canoe Club, but I don't think the Musketeers are going to win by enough to take top spots from Legends 23. So I'm predicting Legends 23 to win the group despite losing to the Ostrich Bar Stewards, and the Musketeers and the Ostrich Bar Stewards to grab those playoff places. But it's very tight. It will come down to the scores in the game. And Group 4 looks like this currently. Rayleigh Rovers topping the group, maximum points, going up against Dimmy's Dynamos. A win for Dimmy's Dynamos, if they win by enough, could see them still top the group. A win or a draw for Rayleigh Rovers, and they top the group. And the big Bostocoglis are playing Norfolk and Chance FC. Now, Norfolk and Chance FC need a massive victory to overtake the big Bostocoglis. Clockhouse Rangers are out, all their games played, no points. Big Bostocoglis are currently on plus 21. Norfolk and Chance FC are minus 29. So Norfolk and Chance FC need to beat the big Bostocoglis by 26 points in order to overtake them. I think that's unlikely. But I do believe Norfolk and Chance are going to beat the big Bostocoglis. I just don't think they'll win by enough. And I'm predicting Rayleigh Rovers to beat Dimmy's Dynamos and take top spot in Group 4. And if that's right, then Rayleigh Rovers go into the quarterfinals. Dimmy's Dynamos and the big Bostocoglis will stay in those playoff places to make it through to the knockout phase. Who the fuck is that? It was worth 6 manager of the season points, a current Family Fantasy Football League manager pictured there, and you'd get a bonus point as well if you could guess the body part. Well, everyone's obviously been busy with Christmas and New Year festivities because nobody had a guess. If just one person had a guess and got it wrong, you would have got a point, but nobody had a guess. So it means the manager of the season table looks like this, top half anyway. Jordan Williams goes joint 8th for being the manager of the month for December. Earned him a manager of the season point. Ryan drops to joint 4th for being a game week 17 loser. I go joint 4th for being a game week 17 winner. Megan Hoxby loses top spot for being a game week 17 loser. And it's Mark Benwell out in front. Got a point for being a game week 17 winner. So he now tops the manager of the season table. And it's now worth 7 manager of the season points if you can tell me which current Family Fantasy Football League manager is pictured there. And you can get a bonus point if you can correctly identify the body part. That's it for game week 17. We'll be back next week to share those results of the Family Fantasy Football League Cup, and that will swiftly be followed by the draws for the knockout phase and quarterfinals of the Cup. But until then, everyone, bye-bye. Take care.